Trust the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Because it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
Wardens rise and happy new year. Welcome back to FrostCast. Kicking off the new year with episode 76. I hope everybody's holiday festivities went well and safe, and everybody is happy and healthy as they roll into 2026. I got King Z sitting shotgun. We're going to bring him on board any second now when he strolls on in. He was finishing up some last minute Taco Bell. There he is. There we go.
It wasn't Taco Bell, bro.
Oh,
it was a snack wrap.
I know you just said it was a snack wrap. I know, but it's just more fun to say the Bell. I don't know. Although I could have said the Mac Dizzle. It would have been just about the same. Anywho, although that kind of good stuff aside, how was your New Year, dude? I'm sure you did okay. Right?
Yeah, New Year was great. I had these very expensive tickets of stay home and watch TV with the wife. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did.
Very exclusive wait list for those tickets, as I understand it. So
yes, it is nice very, very exclusive.
Excellent. And I got to say, before we get the show rolling here, we are having some inclement weather up here in the great whited out and frozen Northeast. So if stream quality suffers, let us know in the chat. If I happen to drop off, King Z will pilot the ship until I can get back on via mobile, and we will take it from there. Warden Prime, who's been here since like 5:30 waiting to chime in. There he is. What up, Pate? Happy New Year, brother. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Dude, we got quite the lineup tonight. I feel like it's a bit of a heavier news week than we've had in a hot minute. We got some stuff out of Star Wars and Lucasfilms. We got this bizarre Stranger Things story that's like everywhere. It'd be remiss in our duties as podcast hosts if we just didn't touch on this, despite us both being done with Stranger Things, saw the finale, we're moving away from it, on to the next thing. You know, yeah. So we get some news.
Hold on, I got to get my my cork board. I got to get my yarn. We got to start posting up pictures and
get like Charlie Day up in here.
Yeah, trying to explain what Conformity Gate is. And so far, it has been a no-show today, as it's supposed to post today. And so far, it's a no-show.
No, King, because it's 9 p.m. Western Pacific. You see, it wasn't 9 p.m. Eastern. No. It was the wrong. You got the wrong 9 o'clock.
No, it was supposed to drop at 8 because that's when the last one dropped. Was 8 o'clock. Remember the finale, 8 o'clock.
But see, 8 minus 1 equals 7, which is today's date, and that was the number on the dial, and that was the number of original kids in the pilot, and also the number on the dice. You see what they did? Do you see what they've done to people, dude?
But wouldn't it be the roll of the 20 that actually killed Vecna? Because we haven't had the 20 yet.
Dude, I don't know, dude. This is like that episode of Futurama where like it's all inside. You think it's in Fry's head, but it's really inside Leela's head, and she's the one that needs to wake up from the nightmare, because I feel like that's where this story has driven people. It's driven people to the edge of insanity, right? But having said that, right, I can appreciate a fandom that loves an IP so much that when they're confronted with something that's subpar or doesn't track or doesn't make sense or just disappoints, that they headcanonize better stuff. And they hold out hope that the better stuff comes through. If you're one of those folks that was waiting for magical episode 9 Conformity Gate to appear, did I feel you? We were just saying before the show, we've already done this with Star Wars. We've already done this with Game of Thrones. We've done this. Like, we get it. King Z was just talking like 2 seconds ago about, wait a second, wasn't the Ahsoka show supposed to use the Veil of the Force to undo the sequel trilogy? And I'm like, yep, that would have been great. But here we are.
But seriously speaking, if Conformity Gate actually happened, and if that was the actual plan, it would have been a stroke of genius. It would have been the biggest swerve in TV history, plain and simple. There would have been nothing to compete with it if they actually pulled it off, especially after all the press conferences and the live talks and all the interviews that they did, and then they still kept all that in wraps, and like, that's better than Marvel type secrets locked down.
Dude, you're not wrong, dude. And again, like, see, there's two sides to each of our brains, right? We got the creative side and the business side. The creative side of my brain loves this whole thing. I love the notion that maybe there was some random suit in the room that was like, it's never been done before. We haven't boned everybody into thinking the season was really over and then dropped a giant ass surprise on them. It's never been done. Shows like Dallas and Dynasty retcon a couple of things back in the day in those kind of shows.
Who shot JR?
Who shot? I mean, there's stuff that happens like that. Other times plot threads just get ignored and moved on like they've never happened, to get away from something where they wrote themselves into a corner. Actors get recast and characters change. All that stuff happens. That's a thing. But it's never been done where you thought that you built towards an ending, got the ending, and then surprise, or if we had the Matthew Lillard cut head up, wait, there's more. Like, no, you're not getting more. There's no more.
No Bill Mays on this one. Oh, wait, there's more.
There's not more. Yeah, Lauren says it would have been actually creative and unique. Dude, it would have, Lauren. You're absolutely right. And I think that's why people wanted to chew on it, to sink their teeth into it so badly, because it would have been something novel, but does Return of the King count? Well, I mean, that's like a wait, there's more, because it was like 7 endings. Those were all well-earned and deserved, though. I don't think that's the same thing, for me anyway. But this thing here, like we were talking earlier, dollars and cents, you can't run the risk of spending $500 million writing a season intentionally that may make your fan base think the characters are acting out of touch, out of order in ways they haven't, and then set them up with some kind of fake out ending and then hope they stick around for the big reveal after. Like, you just turn people off as you go. You've earned your 54% on the tomatoes now. What do you do with that?
And see, me and the wife were talking about this earlier, because I was talking about doing a fake Conformity Gate video where we go on to Netflix, and there it was.
We're doing that video.
The mystery episode, and we're going to click on it, and we're going to play the beginning, but it was going to be the beginning of the last episode, and then stop and like, y'all have to get on Netflix right now. But she brought up that if we did that with, we are still a small channel with our 657 subscribers and our 5 members. We're a tiny channel. Would our trust be damaged so much that we couldn't recover from it? Or would we become the joke channel at that point? Like, so
that's the risk you run.
There are some risk with that reward.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. So, and that's us having a for fun channel that we do to goof off and like talk about stuff we like and trash stuff we don't like. If you're the suits sitting in the boardroom at Netflix and you've got shareholders to answer to, $500 million is a hell of a gamble to do something like Lauren said, to be something actually creative and unique. Like, they don't play with house money like that.
But
like, they make intentional decisions.
I think they would have cleaned up. I think that there would have been people that would have been talking about this for years.
Oh, dude, 100%.
They would have had people come back and resubscribe to Netflix just to see this swerve.
But see, then it has to earn that outcome. Because I'll put it to you like this. If they had planned the entire season around that outcome, right? You do constant callbacks to things that have happened to the first 4 seasons. You build into your fake Vecna wins ending, and then you have the big reveal final battle in your final episode. Dude, that could work. That could have been brilliant. The problem with Conformity Gate as it stands now is, even if they did pull the rabbit out of the hat and give you episode 9 tonight at 11 o'clock or whatever, it doesn't answer any of the questions that people still have that led into season 5 that were unresolved by the end of season 4. It wouldn't necessarily allow for any of the questions they had in season 5 itself to go on unanswered, unless they're operating under the assumption that literally the entire season was the illusion and not just the outcome of the final battle.
And that was the whole point of it, the whole season. Now, if you guys don't know what we're talking about,
I wouldn't like that.
If you've been living under a rock and you have no access to Reels, Shorts, TikToks, or any of these short form media, we do have a link. If you look up Oracle in the chat, she has the link posted to someone laying this all out, the whole conspiracy theory out of why they believe there is a hidden 9th episode. But here's the other issue that you're going to have with, if this is fake, and like, we talked about the military just going away. I don't know, a lot of our nitpicks we had in our review, which you can check out right here. You can go back and take a look. if that was all done on purpose, and all the things they point out of what was changed and what the different colors meant throughout the season, then you would need more than just one episode.
Agreed. It's too complex a creative idea to pull off in an hour. And again, that's operating off the assumption that it's coming at the end of a season that everybody liked, that it was stable enough and could stand on its own to support the weight of that kind of switcheroo. You know what I mean? That kind of magic trick, that kind of sleight of hand. And if we go to the tomatoes, what's their rating at right now? 52, 51? Like it's in the low 50s.
Oh, the season's still in the 70s. It's just those episodes are in the 50s.
Oh, I thought season 5 was carrying a total
no.
rating of 54.
Was it the second to last episode, the coming out episode, has a 5.7, and then the finale has a 7.2.
I would get like a total averaged out number for the season. Like I've seen people say it's not quite as bad as season 3, but season 4 buries it. Some people are comparing it quality wise to season 2. I don't know where I got it ranked. I mean, overall, it just didn't do it for me. That's the best rating I can put on it.
So one of the articles I was reading through today had like them all laid out with their ratings. So the lowest rated episode in season 1 was 7.6, with the last 3 with like 9.3, 9.6. Told
a complete story and ended strong.
The second season was about everything the same except for that one episode, the sisters episode.
Looking at you, Callie.
Which was a 5.8, and the lowest episode rating throughout the run of the until was it episode 7 of season 5.
Yep.
Which is a 5.7. It's 0.1 lower than that one. Season 3, the first two episodes were the lowest rating.
Ta-da!
And then gradually kept coming back up.
Oracle says season 5 has a 54% on the popcorn meter.
Oh, the popcorn meter. That's the users.
That's the whole side. That's the number I was referring to. So it's held there since the episode wrapped up. So it hasn't gotten any worse. You know what I mean? And it's only technically 6 points away from being fresh. You only need a 60 on the tomatoes to hit fresh.
Yeah,
but either which way, that's a divisive number on the same kind of scale that The Last Jedi is a divisive number. And who's going to sit out there and argue that that's not a divisive film, whether you liked it or not? Like, you understand that the other half of everybody doesn't think like you think. You know what I mean? So it's a hell of a gamble to put out there. We were just talking about spinoffs before we get into the Conformity Gate checklist there. Like, if you're looking at the bank sheet there over at Netflix and you're trying to justify peeling off another $300, $400, $500 million for a Nancy spinoff, and I heard there was a Nancy spinoff, right?
Yeah, that was AI generated.
Was that the AI generated one where she's going to be investigative journalist?
Yeah, that's AI generated.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody watches that show. If it was still Nancy in high school doing some of that shit, being that version of herself, you might get some Nancy Drew teen YA stuff. You might get an audience like that.
What they were going for,
no one's watching that.
I think when I went and looked it up, and when I found out it was AI, the premise that they wrote in there would have been more like there was a TV show late early 2000s, like 2008, 2009, in that decade, where it was called The Paper. And what that was is that this guy receives the paper from tomorrow every morning.
Oh,
so it was going to be kind of like that.
Mars.
Mitts with Veronica Mars. You beat me to it, Pape. Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Okay.
Mitts with Veronica Mars, where she's going to try to stop the headlines of tomorrow.
Good. Listen, great premise, interesting idea. Overlap with Veronica Mars and not being similar. And again, there's no new things. Like, everything's just respun into a newish kind of flavor. But this character, as she exists, is the antithesis of something I would want to watch. It was called Early Edition with Kyle Chandler.
Okay, yep, that's it. Yeah, Early Edition.
Hey, we know Kyle Chandler. Isn't that guy that's in that other show we're watching right now?
Yeah.
Name recognition. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right. He's on Fallout. Okay. See, I know some things. I've heard rumors about the Hopper and Joyce show. And I think that's the one that would have the most traction for me if we got them two up at Montauk. Obviously, that's been the center of like all kinds of urban legend, folklore, sci-fi, conspiracy theory shit for 50 years.
Yeah,
like, that connects.
It goes back to the whole. You ever watch the movie Men Who Stare at Goats with Clooney, and who was the other guy in there? Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor.
Yep.
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be taken there. And the reason why they brought it up where he was going to become a cop there, Hopper is because that was the original title of Stranger Things.
Right. It was their working title was Montauk, right?
Yeah.
But again, and they were wise to do that because they're original. I mean, they probably wanted to set the whole thing in Montauk, New York, and they're like, nah, let's make it Hawkins, Indiana, and just make it a little something different. But I mean, when you use a readily recognizable phrase like Montauk, that's like using Area 51 in circles of nerddom. Like you just put Area 51 in your project, people automatically know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You say Montauk around us, we're thinking Philadelphia Experiment. We're thinking men who stare at goats. We're thinking government labs and cover-ups and all kinds of
Project Apricot, Project EEM.
Dude, exactly. So that's a show that I think is ready, built. But again, I don't know that I need to see more of Hopper and Joyce marital domestic stuff as they investigate that. So I don't even want that either. I think the only thing I want from them at this point is the animated thing with the original kid cast, with new voice actors or whatever, doing side adventures that would have occurred between the seasons, since we know they're fully plot armored and not at any kind of risk anyway.
Yeah, it's called Stranger Things 1985.
The animated thing?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize it had a title. Cool. That's what I mean. Like something that happens in the middle of the show run when they're just breaking into high school. 11's already there established. Max is already there established. Like I'll see side stories from them. That could be interesting. But everything else, dude, I don't need a Robin on the radio show. I don't care. I don't need Will and Gay Bar show. I don't care.
Unless it's Dahmer.
Which that meme was fucking hysterical. I'm like, oh, Will, go home. Go home, please. Go home to Hawkins where it's not safe.
Because it did sound like he went to Milwaukee, which was like a huge draw during that time. And that was the time Dahmer was out hunting. Yeah, the Milwaukee Cannibal.
But let's slide a little bit more directly into the Conformity Gate thing. So the list that King and Oracle just dumped down in the comments section, it's a pretty short video. I think it clocks at like a minute and a half. Guy goes through a checklist of like 35 things that and it's performative, of course. But, he's convinced that these are 35 intentional decisions that indicate that the season you got, or I guess technically the ending you got, to be fair, the finale you got, maybe not the whole season, right, is a fake. It's a ruse. It's they're trying to scam you, that there's something more coming.
It's fugazi. It's fairy dust.
It's Fugazi. It's something, right?
Fugazi,
we're coming up on 9:30.
Fairy dust.
It's just out there, right? Coming up on 9:30. There's no shot there's an episode coming, so you guys are just gonna have to cope with it however you want. But some of them, on a spectrum of believable to complete bullshit, I'm not on my camera. Believable to bullshit. There were a bunch of them. We had talked about them pre-show to refresh, since we didn't have time to share the video proper and just like run through and react. But hit me with a couple of the ones you remember off the list, and the Oracle can jump in the chat as well and remind us of some other ones, because there were a lot of varying levels of quality.
I want to start off by saying I knew it was fate. I thought it was an AI generated thing to start off with. Yeah, but there's a piece of me that was hoping.
Dude, because you're a fan, begging. Bro. Me too.
Because if they would have pulled this off, it would have been the biggest stroke of genius ever. It would have been the biggest swerve in TV history, period. You would have had people talking about this for centuries, of the biggest thing that happened, but decades. We'll go decades. I'll bring it down. Decades. A millennium.
But dude, that's this. Think about this again. I don't know if you guys watch and have noticed, but I'm kind of the cynical one of the team. I know I am, right? King, he runs a little bit more optimistic on things. This dude rated the finale a 5. So if he's rating the finale a 5, right? He's telling you he's with you guys in the COPIUM trenches. He's Mulder. He wants to believe.
I want to believe.
You, right. So as
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Listen, that's right. He was calling me up today at like 4:00 talking about, dude, what if we go on early at like 8:00 or 7:00 or whatever and do let's wait and see what happens. Let's get a live watch party. There it is. What do we get there? A Soul Seeker Paranormal. Dude, exactly. I said, when 9 o'clock Eastern comes and goes, the date will shift. The time will shift to midnight Pacific. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But that's what happens.
It's that old cartoon. You cross this line, you die. Okay, you cross this line, you die.
Dude, that's
if
what
you
I
cross
mean.
this line, you die. Oh, I'm at home.
Jumping over it. Right. I'm closing the door. So if King's buying into this, and I just want people to enjoy some shit, but I want it to be good. I don't want people to have to we say this to ourselves and each other all the time. King, when we're watching Ahsoka, we can't write the better angle for them. We can't. That's not our job. We are the customers, the consumers, the audience. We don't have to give them our money. We don't have to justify our opinions to them. You just can't verbally abuse people online. I'm going to say that outright. You can't go after people for doing a suck job on a show. Just get over yourselves. You're not that important.
That's what stars are for. Give them the proper star rating to warn others. But then you have people like us who will go through those 1 stars, watch those shows to be your shield.
Be the shield. That's what we're a shield. We're a bastion against the darkness. But dude, hit me with those conformity gate things that you recall off the list. Okay, which one stood out to you?
So the first one a lot of them talked about is that gray was the color of a mistake, something that only Henry didn't know the true meaning of. So it was the different color. First time we actually saw this, and they did do this during the show, was the marital round. The middle is supposed to be yellow, but it was gray when they were trying to get their way out. So gray was the color of mistakes, which we see 2 different times later in the season. One, we have, what is it? They shot a Demogorgon bat to life.
It was the dial at the radio tower that increased the other voltage.
The voltage. It had a red pointer number. Then next time they did it, it was gray. Right. But I think they were in the upside down when they did that too, which also doesn't give everything the proper color.
No, they were real world because they grabbed one of the dead ones that had come out to kidnap the kids. That was real world. Yeah.
So the second time is the graduation, and most of this circles around the graduation ceremony. Because Mike shows up late, and he actually notices something different. Like he hears static, and he hears the sirens kind of coming out of the speakers as Dustin the principal was up there giving his speech. It was before Dustin got up there.
Yeah, and
then the other one was wherever a main cast person sat in that graduation ceremony, there's a person behind them off their left shoulder wearing Henry glasses.
And this is where it gets fun, right? Honestly, just thinking about like how production actually works, what kind of props you have, how you arrange people, where they sit and all that stuff. And I get that. Are they Henry glasses, or did they buy 15 pairs of glasses to throw on extras to break the crowd up? Was it intentional to have 15 of them?
You buy in bulk on movie sets when you have stuff like that because it's cheaper.
Of course you do.
Okay, moving on.
Hold on, but I wanted to just a quick aside on to set that up. The theory behind Conformity Gate, for those of you that haven't watched the show, is that the good guys lose the final battle, and Vecna has them all inserted into the belly of the kaiju like the rest of the kids, and they're somehow compromised and contained, and he's putting the illusion on a Matrix style. So everything that our characters are perceiving is through Henry/Vecna's perception of the world as he remembers it from his lifetime as Henry and his interaction with the kids. So that's the basis for people identifying these inconsistencies, is that, oh, well, he wasn't there to see that. He only knows it's secondhand from what Will remembered, and he only knew it's secondhand from that. So there's protection built into this theory already. Yep. You know what I mean? That props it up. But yeah, the Oracle listed a bunch of in the chat there. Right? Touch on some of these. The folded hand one is a big thing for me because we had a great laugh about that pre-show.
They said that he's holding their hand. They're all sitting there with their hands holded on their stomach the way he stands. Like you saw him in season 4, the way he was standing talking to 11. When he was standing talking to the kids, he had his hands folded a certain way, and everybody in the graduation ceremony had their hands the same way.
Now, there's two problems with that, right? And if I could steal this one, because this one I laughed out loud, and I have to steal this one, right? The first problem is, number one, even with the still shots people provided to make this point, you can find half of the people in the audience not having their hands folded, number one. Right. And then number two, if you've all ever been to a formal situation like a graduation, that's just how you sit. You just sit that way. Your hands are just draped in your lap and they're folded. It's just what you do. And like the extent of the reach, the mental gymnastics, Olympic quality, definitely.
Then while we're still there, their graduation gowns are orange.
Interesting.
Orange is the color of the middle school, and then the color of the actual high school is green, which we saw in season 4, Lucas on the basketball team. Also, the psycho kid who kept hunting everyone who wanted to kill him had a green Letterman's jacket. So they should have been wearing green as the primary color of the high school. You even saw it in the season 5 in Ted's program. It had green, but everyone's graduation gown was orange. Right. This one seems like it could be something until the guy said, it's the international color of prisoners.
To which I immediately rattled off like 5 different places I could think of where not everybody wore orange if you were locked up. Like he say it's the universal symbol for prisoners. I'm like, no, it's the universal symbol for insanity. But that's what orange has been. That's neither here nor there. A lot of these get blown out of the water real easy. Keep going.
Then we have everybody with the same haircut, which everyone doesn't have the same haircut, but Nancy and her mom does, as as a few other people in the crowd. I'm guessing there's only in Hawkins, Indiana, there's like one salon, right? And there's like one barber,
dude, and 800 people that live there. That's it. It's a bit absurd when we get to that level, because that one touches on a couple of ones that the Oracle didn't put in the chat, where they're trying to juxtapose silhouette photos of Mike and Henry Creel as Mr. Whatsit. Like, oh, look, they got the same jawline. They got the same profile. I'm like,
and they did the profile at the end where he's explaining everything,
right? Because he's sitting
where
at a
he
desk
looks
with the
just like
typewriter.
Henry at the Henry angle.
Stop it!
And then
it's
you
ludicrous.
even have Max talking about, oh, that's your ending. It's so bad, calling it out. And then when they put their books back on the shelf, it says it's a lie.
It says X a lie, as in Dimension X, as in the abyss.
Yep.
The other doozy with Mike and Nancy specifically, and looking like their parents, right, is that people trying to tell me that Vecna in the illusion is making them the versions of themselves that they didn't want to be. So they say, they're making Mike out to be the stuffy one with the glasses like Ted. I'm like, Mike never said he didn't want to be like his dad. That never happened. That wasn't a thing. He just wears glasses. Newsflash. 60% of people wear glasses anyway. And then the Nancy one trips me out, because I'm like, Nancy had a character point through the entire show run where very clearly she didn't want to end up like her mother and settle for the safe option. Like, I get, and that's a prominent part of women growing up in the 80s and 90s. I get that.
Having the same haircut doesn't mean you're becoming your mom. She's out doing her own thing. She didn't go to college. She got the job. She's doing the intern. She's going to work her way up.
She picked neither of the guys, like we said she wasn't going to, and did not settle down and do the domestic thing. These people are out of their tree with the reaching. But again, it's a feeling born of their desperation to make sense of something that's irreconcilably stupid in their subconscious. That's what this is.
Now let's talk about Winter Wolf's here's favorite character, Robin, when she's talking on the radio.
Take a break.
She says that she does not recognize her friend. Like, not everyone changed. Maybe I changed. Maybe all of I definitely know all my friends changed. That was leading to that they're not the same person. Then we get back to Max. Max, who was in a coma for 2 out of the 4 years of high school, is somehow graduating. So either
because the show just doesn't care,
but also they do a thing where you could still walk the stage, but you get a certificate of attendance, not a diploma, but you still get that moment to walk the stage. Then you go to summer school and then finish it off.
Dude, facts. Dude, here's the most egregious one, because the Oracle just reminded me. She threw it in it's in the paragraph of the things from the list. The guy cites from the video that because in the basement there's a poster of John Carpenter's The Thing on the wall. It's a call out to the audience that watch out, because that's a movie about reality that's not real. And I'm like, no, that's a movie about an alien shapeshifter. There's actually nothing about that movie at all that has to do with Matrix level illusions or Inception level dreams. Like, and also the poster had been there for 5 fucking seasons. Like, it's part of the basement.
Don't forget,
these people are crazy.
every time one of the Holly group of kids are sitting around something, there's a What's It board game or something that's behind them.
I think it was just a book.
Mr. What's It.
I think was it just not the Wrinkle in Time book? I'm like,
no.
Holly's.
No, it actually
Holly's
says
book was in Holly's.
It says What's It.
I didn't catch that one. I'll have to go back and take a peek for that.
Yeah, it's in the video that I sent you, and the one that is pinned in the chat. It's in there.
Like the only real compelling ones to me, right? And I kind of waffle on one of them is the bit where it's Mike's closing up. He's going up the stairs. Holly's friends come downstairs and they take over the game. And it's, it's the meta passing on of the story. I like that scene. That's fine. But people are pointing out that the doorknob to the basement door is on the opposite side as it was in season 1 when they ran out of the basement at the end of the first episode. And I'm like, okay, if that was the only thing, I might scratch my head a bit because that might be kind of fun. That's a little Inception level tickle. Like, wait, why is it on the opposite side? But then I said to myself, this show's been on for 12 fucking years. They've probably rebuilt this set 17 times and some asshole just put the doorknob on the wrong side. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably that. But the good one, and this would have been the only one I would have done, is the dice roll. The final die roll of the game, by Will, is the same number 7 that he rolled in the final scene or the end of the game in season 1 in the first episode, where he tells Mike after the fact, to be honest, he's like, dude, the Demogorgon got me. I rolled a 7. It wasn't good enough. Why have the camera linger on the die with that number? Dude, you got 20 numbers you could pick. I would have gone with a 20, like you said, a natural 20, beat the bad guy, game over, here we go. But they needed him to lose that game so they could do the Mike happy ending, 11 comes back thing. Like, they needed that. Then just have the die roll be a 13, have it be an 11, whatever. I don't know. Anything but the 7, because now I'm like, fuck. Why was it a 7? Why that number? Been a natural 1. Who knows?
And then they had the post-credit scene where it had the Stranger Things book, and right next to it was a dice with the number 7.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That, like, if the implication there is that that's the 7, why pick that number? Because anybody that's been diehard about the show for 5 years, 5 seasons, would know what that 7 meant. It's not a lucky number 7 in that show.
No,
it's the failed roll. Like, so yeah, I mean, that's all right. That's kind of cool. But again, going down this list was like an exercise in, like, dude, make sure you stretch and take like 1,000 of Motrin ahead of time just to prevent the back spray.
Yeah, not to include the new Hellfire Club gray t-shirt that Dustin was wearing.
Yep.
And then
that's just the one his mom made him after the white one got ripped. Like, all of these things are so, it's like, dude, it was a weather balloon. It was swamp gas. Like, it's easy to undo these.
And then the other one, which one? Oh, they go back to the coming out scene where he talks about going to the store and getting milkshakes with his friends, but but they've only known it as a general store. It was actually back when Henry was a kid that it was a milk was a diner.
Like a diner, whatever. But dude, that's a perfect example of us writing the canon of the show for them, because we don't know that Henry ever went to that shop either. You know what I mean?
It was in the play.
And we'll talk about the play. I forgot all about that. We don't know that Melvald's doesn't sell milkshakes. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they
sell phones,
bought batteries and phones and a carton of cigarettes. Like,
you
know what I mean? Like, we know that. Thank you, Joyce. But again, we destroy routinely Disney Plus and Marvel in particular their blatant disrespect for our time by insisting we see these interconnected projects that mean nothing to anybody to do the homework to get ready for things that we actually do want to see, for better or worse. Like, you want to see Doomsday, you want to see Wolverine, and
you have to go watch like 27 films and 17.
Dude, you got to watch a garbage series of Echo to get the setup scene for this and that. So they want me to watch a season and then a finale, and this isn't even counting Conformity Gate in there. Like, they just wanted me to consume this product, this whole thing, without basic knowledge that they themselves put a limitation on access to. Are you crazy? Are you out of your fucking minds? That's not even like they said, hey, you have to go read this comic, because I hate comic tie-ins. I despise those. I loathe the idea that the only people that had enough information to watch this finale the right way were people that lived in Los Angeles and New York. Like if it only played there in London, like fuck all of you. You know what I mean? Duffer Brothers, not you people that saw the play. I don't care if you see the play. You know, that's some bullshit right there, especially if it's key information I need to better understand the world building of a show.
Yep. Which goes into the other one. The lady who started singing at the end of Hopper and Joyce was Henry's girlfriend.
Right. From high school.
From high school.
Featured only by name in the play.
And
that's
then
some bullshit, dude.
Then there was one where it was talked about each of their little wrap-ups at one point. When they did like the full shot, other than the kids, there was a exit sign in the middle where it was like the Truman Show, and Truman Show was on their board as an influence on how to write this final season.
I do, and listen, and we can file that one under the die roll being 7. Like that's a damning thing if you want to believe into the conspiracy of it all. But again, like the clock is ticked. Like we've run down here. It's 9:35 Eastern. We're live waiting. Dude, can we get the Oracle to check Netflix just in case? You know what I mean?
We have a on-air Netflix check. Right.
Like, is this going to come out at 3 a.m. Eastern, which would be midnight?
No, there wouldn't be the 7th anymore. It
do.
has to be on the 7th.
Good point. Because if it comes out anything after 11:59, it's over.
Unless 11:59 Pacific time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that'd be 3 o'clock here where we are.
It'd be 3 o'clock here.
I gotta stay up to see if this shit comes out at midnight. I ain't staying up.
No,
I hope I wake up tomorrow and my Twitter.
I got big boy things to do.
Like, I hope I wake up tomorrow and my Twitter is exploded of people being like, "Arm alert! Conformity Gate was real." I'd be like, "Well, fucking A. Did it suck too?" You know what I mean? Because that's where I'll be at. I'd be like, "Oh, great. Well, the whole season sucked. You got your bonus episode. Is it a better finale than the one we got? Still no." The Oracle says no. Stand down. Red alert. We're standing down. Red alert.
That's right. We're back to DEFCON 4.
I was like, wait, which is the good DEFCON? 4 is the good one, right? We go to 1, we're boned, right? Okay.
Yeah, 1 is impact imminent.
Yeah.
Nuclear war imminent.
We're standing the den down to DEFCON 4. We are going to maintain battle stations and readiness, though.
That
we
would
do have
3.
wardens on the walls. All right, well, we'll go to 3. We'll put Pape up. Pape, get up on the wall. Monitor the perimeter. Use your longbow.
4 is normal peacetime activity.
I still want Pape up on the parapet with a crossbow, not a longbow. You know what I'm saying? Hey, speaking of Robin Hood, though, number 1 on MGM Plus.
Number 1 on MGM Plus. We got a hashtag. Thank you, Winter Wolfsden, because we launched them to number 1. They might not have said it. No one else might have said it, but we're claiming it because we were first to start talking about it.
Dude, listen, I'm a big fan of certain other podcast style shows. I've told you before. I watch Open Bar via Critical Drinker. I watch Friday Night Tights, courtesy of Nerdrotic. Their chat are asking these guys to watch that show. So it's coming around. It's making the rounds on an obscure streaming platform that they want these dudes to check out that show.
We were there first.
We were there. We were there in November.
Our flag is already planted, and we're like, ha ha.
Like, welcome to the party, bitches. We've been waiting.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say on that, it's number 1 on Netflix. It's number 1 on MGM Plus. Is that like being
the smartest kid on the short bus?
Shortest kid on the smart bus? The least fat kid at fat camp? Like, where are we at with that? We need to see we need numbers of some kind. We need viewership or we need watch minutes. And MGM Plus don't give up either of those that I can find yet. I think they're under the radar with that kind of stuff, unlike Netflix or like HBO Max.
Plus, didn't someone say that there's a channel that they can watch, which is MGM stuff that has
MGM is a cable channel, but so you know what? We could check terrestrial numbers because that's a Nielsen thing.
That is a Nielsen thing.
So we could see. Oh, good thinking, dude. Hey. I will look for that. I will look for that.
The pills are working.
Stuff we watch doesn't typically air on terrestrial television, so I don't ever think of the Nielsens to check. Andor season 2 or Ahsoka or Daredevil Born Again. Like they're not there.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go take a peek at that. But that was my Robin Hood. I just wanted to say, hey, we launched a show to prominence. You're welcome, Sean Bean.
We got you. We got your back.
Got your head. I mean, your back, not your head. You didn't lose it this time.
He didn't lose it this time. He didn't lose his head. I think it's in his contract where he can't die anymore.
Can't die. Like guys, I'm 75 years old. You're not beheading me again.
Yeah, you're not going to crash a satellite on me. You're not going
not
to shoot
welcome to
5
the
arrows in my chest.
It says not welcome to the description writer. Yeah, fuck that guy. That guy still needs a new job.
Which is
Seriously.
funny. I was going through our numbers
that
today in the studio where you did see the thumbs up and thumbs down vote.
Yeah.
And out of all of our Robin Hood stuff, the only one that got a thumbs down was us bashing the description writer. So I think he watched us.
What?
And he's the one who thumbs
Yeah.
down. Like, no, I'm doing a good job. I don't know what you're talking about.
How could you possibly oppose the notion of not having shit spoiled? I get it if you don't care. Like my youngest brother, Afakazi Game, who's not in the chat today. He should be. He's probably playing that Ready or Not game. He doesn't care if I spoil shit. Like if I saw The Force Awakens before him or some shit, he wouldn't care if I said, "Oh my God, Han Solo died and Kylo Ren did it." He wouldn't care. But he's also not gonna fucking not understand why spoilers annoy us. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna go out of his way to be like, "Oh, no, fuck you, I'm gonna spoil that shit anyway." Dude, this jackass that downvoted that clip, that rant, I don't get you, dude. We're not the same. Apparently, we're not cut from the same cloth.
Unless it was that guy,
unless it was that guy,
we
in which
have
case, dude, you
MGM
suck.
watching us. Once again, thank you. Hashtag thank you, Winter Wolfston.
You're all welcome. That guy sucks. Dude, just use ChatGPT. Downsize that dude to ChatGPT. Trust me, you'd be better off for it because the show deserves better descriptions and a little bit more non-spoilerific shit leading in. Because we compared it to the Percy Jackson shit like last week. We're like, Annabeth and Percy go here to pursue the Golden Fleece. Like, yeah, I get that. Like that's the whole point of the fucking episode. You know what I mean? You know what they didn't tell me? This dude died. That guy died. That guy failed the challenge. That's your 48-minute episode. Like, no. Fucking leave some shit to the episode, people. Let me watch it. Let me take it in for myself.
So you want to know what else is not told to us?
Not
when this next trailer that we're about to watch comes out. Now we have a trailer of an upcoming movie starring Hugh Jackman. And because we were just talking about Robin Hood, let's talk about the death of Robin Hood. New movie that's coming out sometime this year. Roll
sometime, who knows? Going full screen. Boop, beep, boop, boop.
Would you like to know a secret?
Nope.
People speak of Robin Hood, tell his stories. They're all lies.
This is ominous.
He was not a hero. You were a murderous brigand. We were monsters. I am the outlaw. Robin Hood.
Is this like the Northman?
Oh, look.
So he's a serial killer, or like what's the play
at
here?
the end, and he's trying to deal with him being an outlaw. And the years of killing and stealing and starting to catch up to him.
Logan.
Me to let you die.
It's written the exact same way.
What's your name?
Ironically, considering, you know,
Only Hugh Jackman to kill off a character properly.
Okay. He ain't gonna kill this kid, right? Oh, nice. Let's not
Can you
kill
make
Logan.
for me?
Want me to make you a bow? All right.
Okay.
What happened to her?
Terrible things.
Whoa. Is this Robin Hood John Wick? Is that what this is? Is this Robin Hood Logan John Wick?
Come to this island. And people change their
Robin Hood,
course.
Children of the Corn.
I've killed so many, I could not give you
Yeah,
a
he's gonna
count.
go hunt down whoever hurt this little girl. Dude, he's
It's a
Robin Hood
curse.
John Wick.
They didn't kill his dog or his wife.
Killed a little
There are bad
honest
people
to
out
serve
there.
daughter and reflection of his
I
innocence.
fear our
Lost.
blood debts will follow her. I'll keep you safe. I will keep you safe.
That's him cradling the dead body. No, probably not. I thought I saw some movement. Good old
Bill
Skarsgård in
Skarsgård.
there. Seen it.
Coming
soon.
And then on all the sites, it's saying
TBD.
Just 2026.
Oracle says definitely Robin Hood John Wick. That's the kind of the vibe I'm getting there in that second half. Dude, I mean, I could take it as long as it's that. If it's another deconstruction of a classic fucking hero into being a nobody or being a piece of shit, I'm out. I don't care who's in it. I don't need to see it. I told you, I'm over that for 2026. If I get a whiff of deconstruction of a typical traditional male hero broken down, whether or not it's in support of a femme boss or anything else. I'm out. Like I'm good with it.
I
There's
don't
other
think
shit
it
out
is.
there.
I think it's his retirement arc.
Yep. That's what I think so too. That's the vibe.
Which isn't a
getting here.
deconstruction. Everyone has to retire.
Right.
The one thing we can't beat
sure.
is time.
Right.
And
for sure.
speaking of time, if you came here early, you saw that there was a poll up. It's still up, and you should go vote on it. Who is the most annoying character in Stranger Things? Obnoxious. Annoying, obnoxious. Same difference. Same. They're cut from the same cloth. So go ahead and put your vote in. Let us know what you think, and we'll read out the results at the end of the show. And remember, we do have super chats open. Go ahead and hit that. Support the channel, and we will read them all out first thing as soon as they are since you pay for them.
How come I can't find the poll? Where's the poll?
Poll's there. You
Poll's
might
there.
have.
No, I didn't vote already. I wanted to vote in the poll. My vote's for Erica if that's a choice. I'll just leave it at that. We add one to the Erica. There you go. But dude, I think it's about time. Do we want to get into the hype list for 2026?
All right. Well, we talked about the end of 2025 of Stranger Things. We talked about a new movie coming out, and we got to see the trailer, and it's not on this list because, well, it didn't have a date.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
They don't pay us to date these things.
All right. But we're going to start off with movies that are coming out in 2026 that the people who we would consider our audience might be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And we're starting off one that came out last week, actually. Go ahead. And that is We Bury the Dead.
All right.
Nice little timeline here.
Tell me about We Bury the Dead. I'm not familiar with that
It
one.
has Daisy Ridley in it.
Oh,
and it's a zombie movie.
I've heard about that. I believe some of the folks I follow saw early screeners on that, and it becomes more than a zombie movie. I'll leave it at that. I won't spoil it. I don't know what else you know about it, but it definitely is Daisy Ridley, who's made a bunch of really excellent script choices following Star Wars, making another really good script choice.
Okay. Then coming in on this Thursday / Friday, because I usually count Thursdays when new movies come out, we have Greenland 2, The Migration.
I didn't know there was a Greenland 1.
Neither did I. I had to ask, we had to ask the Oracle, and she's like, yeah, it came out in 2020 during COVID. I'm like, no wonder I didn't know it came out. I didn't really pay attention to stuff coming out during that year.
But dude, I've seen more trailers for this now, like ramping up. So I think there's a giant market spend behind that, which seems wild to me for a movie that I had no idea had a first installment 5 years ago.
And it's also a Gerard Butler film, which
right.
I'm not going to say he's a bad actor, but his films have gone down in quality since he played Leonidas. I'm just saying.
And more importantly, right? It's not it's a disaster porn straight up kind of thing. Like there's imminent danger that they want you to think, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of like buildings getting toppled here.
No, that was in Greenland 1.
Right. So this is them surviving the aftermath and then being forced to move.
Yeah, from their shelter in Greenland to the crater that was caused in Earth by the meteor that hit.
Yeah, dude, I don't know if that hits my particular hype list. I mean, if it's a Netflix thing when it gets there, I mean, and it will be, especially if Netflix acquires literally everything. That could be
the next one I would think is the dumbest idea for a horror movie,
dude, please.
And it's called Primal. Here's a hint: don't have a monkey as a pet.
We've seen the trailers for this since last fall. Yes, it is a scientifically enhanced monkey that goes on a murderous rampage and kills its foster family.
It's Cujo with a primate.
If it sounds stupid, you're right. If you think it sounds stupid, you're correct. I'm not hyped for that at all. Not at all. I'm not saying that.
This one popped up, and I still need to go research this one more, but it's called Night Patrol. It comes out on the 16th. It's this one here right at the top here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Looks a little vampire-y, a little bit. You see a pointed ear there?
A little vampire-y, little zombie. There are a few new zombie movies come out this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one is 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, the sequel to 28 Years Later. This one having Ben Kingsley in it, playing a really creepy character.
Did you see Years? I don't remember if you got.
I have not seen 28 Years yet. No.
I think it's on Peacock now. It's on streaming, I think.
From people who saw that, they were disappointed with that one. They went back to see this one in early screenings, and they said, this is the movie we should have got.
Well, because the other one had the whole zombie thing in it, but it was not quite focused on that whole bleak tension thing of like the first two films, if I heard right.
This one, if you watch the trailer, which we haven't watched on the stream yet or any of our other videos, it looks like they're finding a way to treat the virus.
Oh, I think that's probably a natural progression for where this kind of story was going. This isn't a magic zombie situation. This is a rage virus. It's the original rage virus, I guess, the original modern rage virus. So yeah, okay. I'll put a pin in that. I should see years before I see Bone Temple. Remind me to do that.
Now, I didn't know if this one played into the game or not, and I didn't put it on the timeline, but I do have here in my notes that on January 23rd, there's a movie coming out called Return to Silent Hill. I do not know if it's completely tied into the Silent Hill franchise. So but I put it on my list just to mention it, just in case someone else knew that's in our chat and they could drop us a hint down in the comments.
My understanding is it's a relaunch of the failed film franchise, ironically, that Sean Bean was in 20 odd years ago. It is not specific to any one of the games. It just it uses elements. It's doing a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. It's taking different elements from a couple of different things, I think, and sandboxing it all into one startup movie.
Okay. But on 23 is that very interesting psycho thriller, Mercy, starring Christopher Pratt.
Oh, that's the Chris Pratt thing with the AI judge, jury, and prove yourself innocent on social media thing.
Yep, where you have, was it like 3 hours to prove your innocence? You have to get
you're on the clock, or you get shocked literally in the chair that you're trying to conduct your defense from.
And all you have to do is get your reasonable doubt down to like an 80, which doesn't seem like you have to drop it that far.
Nope, but he struggles, and when it needles back up to like 96 in the preview, you get the impression that this dude's boned. So there's that. But that's interesting. I wish that I checked this out after the fact too. When we first saw the trailer, this is not based on a book that I found, if I remember correctly. So this is a straight up new movie that got made, and not based on a book that they could butcher or not. But I need to double check on that. But I'm pretty sure it's not.
It looks like it could be a sequel to Eagle Eye, starring
for sure.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yep. It's so in that vibe. You're sure? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our next two movies. We've watched the trailer of one, Send Help, that has Rachel McAdams in a very different role that we've never seen her in before.
Creepy.
And then the other one is Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which is a story of a person who comes back and says he's from the future and we have to save the world.
That definitely sounds like a book. We should probably look into that. That sounds interesting. If it's played for laughs, that it
looks like it has some like it's a dark comedy, maybe I would go with.
If we get some Shaun of the Dead World End vibes, like I'd be with that. That sounds like I could get hyped for that. That's right around the corner too.
Another one I didn't put on here because I couldn't find out if it was going to be in theaters or if it's a Netflix one, kind of like Frankenstein, but Dracula comes out on February 6th.
Interesting.
Yep.
I could not take a peek at that.
Not done by visionary director Del
Toro. Yeah. We're obligated to say that contractually.
Yep, contractually.
Listen, I'm down for another classic Dracula movie. That was it Last Ship to Demeter? Or what was that movie that came out like a year? It was basically
Dracula which was based off of a 5-page short story.
Yeah. That they stretched into a feature. Yeah. Listen, I guess some people liked it. I didn't end up getting out to see that, but I don't think it did as well as the studio might have hoped. But a traditional Dracula story that's not stylized into something that wishes it was Blade. I could get down for a more slower paced thing like we saw with Frankenstein. I could be down for that.
Also coming out on February 6th, we have The Strangers Chapter 3.
Zero hype. Zero. Dude, can we hype in negative numbers? Can we do that?
Actually you can. It's called Turning Down the Decibels.
Yeah, we're turning them all down. Fuck that show.
Then this one popped up. It's another zombie movie, and it's called This Is Not a Test. This one looked interesting. I didn't see a trailer, but it just kind of popped up. It has a release date of, where did I put that?
February 20th.
February 20th.
Yeah.
Now, for all of you Valentine's Day people out there who are looking for a romantic movie to go see, there is Witherton Heights that comes out on February 13th, starring Margot Robbie and the guy who played Frankenstein's monster in the most recent visionary director.
Oh yeah, that's
Del
right.
Toro's Frankenstein.
Visionary director Guillermo del Toro. Yep. I forgot they were making that, and she's absolutely smoking hot in the trailer, so I'd probably go see that.
And if you're looking for a kids movie in February, there is The Goat coming out on February 13th, based off the life of Steph Curry.
Okay. Not sure I'd take my kid to see that, but all right.
The GOAT who changed the game of basketball.
Pretty boring for most 9-year-olds, but all right. What else we got?
All right.
That looks like a Scream.
Yep. Scream is next. Scream 7 comes out on February 27th.
Oh my God. Okay. Sure. I'm hyped. Whatever. I don't care. Yay, Sydney's back. Again. And again. And again.
That's right.
Till you're 90. Like,
till you're 90.
Like, look, lady, just move to fucking Italy. Just go. Take your family and fucking go. Change. At
least
your
this
name.
one, her kids are fighting back. Like,
now I like that. I forgot about that. You're right. That at least is interesting. Then we went back to our hometown for the 70th effing time, and yay, new ghost.
No. He actually went and found her in her new place. She doesn't live in the hometown anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. That it's not that we returned home and then new group of Ghostface. Dude, here's a plot twist. There's only one Ghostface this fucking time. There you go. Here's a plot twist.
No.
Sydney torturing her own daughter.
Up to 17 in this one.
Dude,
everybody's Ghostface.
A whole football team of Ghostfaces will be a whole arena full of Ghostfaces. Oh snap! Dude, dude, I can't. Dude, I just have one person. One person. Have it not be the obvious best friend that hates you on the inside. Please, just do it once.
All right, coming out on March 6th
Justice for Dewey
is one that looks really interesting, and it's called The Bride. And of course, it's referring to the Bride of Frankenstein, who Frankenstein is played by Christian Bale.
Yep.
And it's set in like the mobster prohibition
30s Chicago, right? It's 30 Chicago or 30s New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very stylized trailer.
Very stylized.
I like it. Very Sin City looking like to me a little bit. I'm getting the vibe. And maybe it is, if this is like a Frank Miller adjacent production, or if maybe he is on it. I don't remember. But that would explain that. So we'll have to take a peek at that.
Also on March 6th, another kids movie. It is the new installment of Pixar called Hopper. Or Hoppers. Okay. I think it's about beavers.
Calling them hoppers?
Yeah. It looks like a beaver.
I don't know.
In the picture.
Why would you call a beaver hopper?
I don't know.
Call him Bucky. Clearly. Anyway, next.
All right, where are we?
March 13th.
All right, this one right here, March 13th. Undertone, considered to be one of the scariest movies that hit test theaters early last year, and now getting because of how well it did, it's getting a wide release on March 13th.
Okay. I need a premise or a synopsis to understand my hype level for that.
And then next is the movie we've been hyped for since we saw the first teaser trailer with Ryan Gosling in it. Yep. And that is Project Hail Mary, based off a Andy Weir book of the same name.
Dudes, this is the thing that on this entire screen I'm most hyped for, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I can't say enough good things about the book. I read it in literally like 2 days. It's that good.
I got the audio book. It's it's easy to get through. Yeah. It has a very fun story to get through and like common sense type stuff, and the math checks out.
Which it's Andy Weir, of course it does. You know what I mean? Like a lot of
he does his
science
research
that he drops in there for sure.
All right. Next on March 27th, another horror film called We Will Kill You, or They Will Kill You.
Okay.
It's a hotel of she's hired as the new maid, and like she's not supposed to open a door. I saw the trailer once. I don't remember it all that too well, but it has a dark comedy type feel to it, or a horror comedy.
Now I'm more hyped, because if it was as simple as they hired a chick who wasn't supposed to open the door, but she opened the door and blah, 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 blah. I've seen that. You know what I mean? Dark comedy. If you're funny, those movies stick with me. like the 5 that I named earlier, you know.
Also coming out on the same day is the second installment of the Ready or Not universe, and we have Ready or Not, Here I Come.
I wasn't a fan of the first one.
I like the first one. First one had one of the best final girls ever.
It didn't do anything for me. And this is the thing. I have no specific thing that I can remember that I disliked about it. Like the movie it did not stick with me at all. But I remember walking out being like, okay. Because that's what's her face. Is that Samara Weaving?
Yes.
Is that the actress? No, yeah, it's the one I was thinking of. Maybe go back and maybe that could be a Winterwolf rewatch. You know what I mean? A 2.0. See what happens.
All right. And then April gets a little light. I found 2 movies that are coming out in April guaranteed. And the first, April 3rd, is the Mario Brothers Galaxy movie.
In for that 100%. Dude, Winterwolf Pup is absolutely down. The minute he saw the trailer and they unfolded the word galaxy, he was like, yep, gotta see that. So he was in for that. So we're down 100%.
And then April 21st, we have the biopic of Michael.
Which one?
Jackson.
Jordan. That was a Jordan Jackson.
Jackson.
Okay, there we go.
We follow him after he leaves the Jackson 5 into his stardom, and then I think it finishes with his death.
That's typical of how,
Biopics.
life stories work.
Yeah.
There you go. It's tough to have it after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It goes beyond his death and what happened to all of his catalogs and all the legal things. No, I'm
true. There was I'm saying. I'd stick around to hear those legal battles.
Now,
now we're getting
May 1st is a movie that everyone needs to watch. It's based off a book that they should have read in high school, and that's Animal Farm by George
Orwell.
Yeah.
Because some animals are more equal than others.
And as we talked about Stranger Things, Dustin is one of the voices in this movie.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, voices. So is this an animated situation? Oh, okay.
I think it'd be easier to tell that story animated than it would live action.
Yeah, animated, or if they were going to do the Disney thing, it obviously should be animated. Is it real animated, or is it Lion King Disney, and like the new Lion King? Is it like
no? It's not the new Lion King
drawn.
It's drawn animated.
Okay.
It's true animation.
Is it
not CGI on a live shot?
Did they do this as a kids movie though? Like, is this a rated G situation? Because that changes things. Like,
I did not see the rating. I don't think you could do this movie rated G.
Maybe I hope not, because it's some pretty heavy hitting subject material, especially as you get into the end. But
yeah,
I wouldn't want to see this kiddie fight, so I'd want to look into that before I would go. But anyway.
And then May 15th, we have the movie finally coming out after it got punted from this year. Mortal Kombat 2 with Keith Urban as Johnny Cage.
Dude, they punted from last October because it was going up against what movie? Allegedly, they were afraid to release against some bullshit. And I called it bullshit then, and I can't remember what the opposition was. So I know it was bullshit now because it's nothing that mattered. And they said, we think it's more of a summertime movie. We're going to drop it in May. And at the time, I don't think Doomsday had been punted from the May spot yet. So they thought they were that's exactly what happened. Now I remember. They dodged some bullshit in October because they were afraid to open against it and wanted to open against Doomsday instead. Are you high? Are you out of your mind? Bullshit. I'm glad it's coming out though. I was super disappointed when this got delayed. Super.
The week after that, we have the latest Star Wars movie, the first one in 5 years. Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu.
I forgot that was even coming out, dude.
Yep, May 22nd.
Cool. It's been a while. I could check that out. Hopefully it's better than season 3.
Then we move into June with Scary Movie 6. The Wayans brothers are at it again. And then, of course, the one we watched the trailer of Disclosure Day comes out on the same day.
Now, that's the movie that your friends have done, right?
No. I don't have that on here. Disclosure Day is the one where it had Emily Blunt and she starts talking. The aliens are talking through her.
Oh, yes. She's the
weather
newscaster.
broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the name of your friend's film? Because that is out soon, right?
The Observance. That comes out in February.
Okay. Yep. Worth mentioning because that looked really good. That looked really interesting. Okay.
Then in June, we have Toy Story 5, The Story That Doesn't Die.
That's exactly right. That's worse than like the new, like a Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
When you had the perfect ending in 3 and 4. I don't know how they did a perfect ending 2 times in a row.
I've never seen 4, but all I know is when dude went to college, that should have been the end of it. Hand the toy down, story continues. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to literally continue though.
Yeah. And then June 26th, the release of Supergirl.
Dude, I thought I could possibly get hyped for this based on the lead actress. I do like her in House of the Dragon. Then I saw the trailer. I don't care. I may have to send you to see this and then report back. Honestly, that's where I'm at with that.
Then in July, we have another installment of Minions. And then on the 10th, we have the live action movie of Moana.
I could be convinced to take
the Rock.
I could be convinced to take the kids to see that.
I think that one's going to clean up. I think that one, that's
easy
a bill easy. So many people are waiting for that. So many kids love the animated.
And worth mentioning, the animated Moana 2 that came out, I think it was last November, cleaned up. Cleaned the F up. And I thought it was going to bomb because I heard it was put together from a bunch of like a canceled series and it was kind of mishmashed and hodgepodge. It made a bill. So there you go. I think people are going to eat this up.
Now, I think the movie of the summer comes next for like the majority of movie goers, and that is The Odyssey on July 17th.
If it's got a 4-hour runtime, I'm out.
It has was it Burnfall?
It's a Nolan film.
It has and Nolan doesn't release bad films in theater.
Except Tenet.
Tenet wasn't that bad if you understood
sound
it.
Design was sound design was.
Oh, the sound design. That's not Nolan's fault. That's sound design's fault.
He doesn't have final say in how bad his shit sounds. At that level, that guy. That's some Cameron level shit, dude. I know what you're saying. Like it's a stratification of responsibility to make the movie, but that dude's up here. You know what I mean? But anyway, dude, that's gonna be a big one, like Oppenheimer. Like that's where I think that rates.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's probably the big one of the summer. But then I forgot about July 31st, which we'll get to in a second after we talked about Evil Dead Burning coming out on July 24th. Oh, yeah,
Evil Dead Burn. That's right. Dude, I still have to see Rise. I haven't seen Rise yet.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I did not see Rise. Mostly because the Remy brothers aren't anywhere associated with this anymore, except for producers.
Yep, they're executive only. Dude, you know what we should do? We should probably just dovetail it. Maybe we can do like a live watch or like a co-op review of Rise or something for everybody, and then go and see Burn. Because I'd be down. I like the Evil Dead. I could be down for that. And the remake wasn't bad. Like the remake that came out like 10 years ago, that wasn't bad. I like that they changed up some things and made it again fresh spin on the IP to justify a reboot or a remake. It was okay. I like that.
And then
here's the big one.
July 31st. Spider-Man Brand New Day is released in theaters.
Easy billion. Gotta be.
It's riding off the coattails of probably the greatest MC movie that came out since Endgame. The only one really worth talking about. Guardians of the Galaxy is in that conversation, but it doesn't hold a candle to No Way Home. And now this is probably the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie that we're going to get.
He's retiring out. I think that's a known thing. I'm not sure what the cameo situation is for Garfield and Maguire in this one though. You got to remember the No Way Home thing worked almost exclusively on the back of those two cameos.
And
like
this
that movie was just a straight up Tom Holland movie. I don't think it hits for $1.5 billion.
No, it was because of Garfield and Maguire in it.
And they played literally all their cards right when they got all three of them on the same screen at the same time. Like it was just an average movie in the first half.
Yeah. Not including bringing Doc Ock back and bringing,
that's what I mean.
Was it Jamie Foxx?
Mm-hmm. And again, and literally doing everything right with Tobey Maguire and Garfield, especially giving Garfield the MJ save.
Yeah,
like that's worth
the big save that he missed with Gwen.
Love that scene. Mint. And then even Maguire getting back with Doc Ock, and Doc's like, Peter, you're all grown up. What have you been up to? And they cue the original Spider-Man theme. He's like, just trying to do better. Clutch.
Yeah.
Clutch. You can call it pander. You can call it fan service. I don't know. Fuck. It worked.
And then we're going right back into superheroes with Clayface on September 11th, which is a botter. This isn't the actual movie poster. This is the only one I could find. It has the comic book Clayface on there, but it's a body horror set in the DC universe of the character Clayface.
Now, what's your hype level for this one? Because I think this is more of a you one than me, because you've mentioned this a few times over the last year.
I think it could be really good. I like Clayface as a character. He is a he was a movie based artist who tried to make a super like putty to put on people's face to make them look like anybody or like any type of thing. It kind of, but what he didn't do is he tested on himself, and it took over his skin instead of just being on his skin, and then he can morph into anybody. It's like this power. He also can get big and stuff like that. So I always like Clayface as a bad guy. So I want to see what they're doing with this one.
Now, does this connect to the Supergirl Superman stuff or no? Is this a standalone? Is that confirmed?
I don't remember. This might tie into the Batman 2. Like this is like a Penguin style movie.
Okay, interesting. That'd be an interesting road for it to take. Cool. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Then October 9th, we have The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Didn't I already see that? Didn't I see that cartoon 20 years ago?
I'm just saying that we had that anime film that came out last year. Was it Demon Slayers that like got a bill its opening weekend?
Oh, dude. That movie slapped. Don't get me wrong. Like that movie made bank because it had an installed base that was current up on the thing. Is the Avatar, is The Last Airbender even in print? Like, is that an ongoing manga that
I think this is supposed to be is supposed to be in the middle that ties together The Last Airbender and Korra.
Oh, okay. You're right. It's definitely got an installed base. Like it could clean up, but I also know those fans have been burned twice with new shit that came out of this franchise. The live action thing was god awful, I was told, and the Netflix series wasn't much better. So we'll see what happens there. Good luck, Avatar fans. You can join the Stranger Things fans in the Cope section. It's over here.
So
plenty of seats.
So as you can see, there's no August on there. We do have one honorable mention on August, and that is Super Troopers 3 comes out in August.
I'll wait for the Armorous and you to get back to me on that one, because I did not think 2 was very fun.
I didn't think 2 was really good either. I love the first one though.
Dude, love it. Dude, love me some Farva. Dude, that whole movie's hysterical. Even when at its dumbest, it's
Car
really
Ramrod.
Dude, it's saying, dude, Leader of Cola, like that shit's funny.
Leader of Cola was in the second one.
No, Leader of Cola, dude, he pulled the guy over the fucking counter in the first one and beat the crap out of him with the whole burger spit thing. That's the absolutely Super Troopers one. That's what I mean. They repeated the joke, right? And unlike Happy Gilmore 2, I didn't feel like there was any heart or any kind of like respect involved with it, you know? Like it just didn't land for me. Again, maybe that's a rewatch we need to do. I don't know. I'm whatever on 3. Hype is minimal.
And then also in August, there are 2 that was in the placeholder called Untitled Disney Project, both on the 7th and 14th of August.
So that's that's just them literally holding places if they needed to punt Moana or if they needed to move something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
But carrying on with our list here. Oh, there's another one. This one is speculated. I did put on there for September, and that is Resident Evil, the one with Krieger taking over.
Okay, now listen, I can get hype for that. Now, we don't need to relive all our history with Weapons and Barbarian, right? We both really like Barbarian. You really like Weapons. I'm 50-50 on it. The ending in particular rubbed me the wrong way. I'm down to see what this guy does with it, though, because I think he knows, based on what I've seen from Barbarian, when shit's mostly supposed to scare the crap out of you in tight quarters. It's the stone stairwell down in the basement beneath the house. That's got Resident Evil written all over it. Tight hallways, creepy gothic areas. Like, I think that this is his vibe. He could do that. But there's literally nothing funny in, like, I'm a giant fan of the fucking games, dude. It's not Marvel. There's not a quip coming after every 10 scene. Leon gets his ass kicked. Like, there's plenty of not fun stuff in those games. It's a horror-based survival situation, right? The movie, if it reflects that tone, is going to be golden. But if they try to do the Shaun of the Dead thing, I think in my own head, I'll struggle with reconciling what I've played, what I've read, what I've seen in some of the animated stuff versus that kind of interpretation in live action.
All right. So also coming out in October is the Street Fighter movie on the 16th.
In a year where there's a Mortal Kombat movie, you bet your sweet ass I'm going to see a Street Fighter movie, dude.
And then honorable mention was another one, which called Untitled Jordan Peele Project, October 23rd.
You think that's a placeholder, or do you think he's actually got something that's coming in there?
He might not have named it yet. Some people write stuff and they don't actually put their actual name out. So it depends. It also depends on like he's filming it and he doesn't know he's going to have it done. That's what he's shooting for. But
it's
might
a placeholder date. It might
Yeah.
come out next spring. Okay, cool.
And then moving on, we have the Hunger Games Sunrise and Reaping, the Hamish prequel movie. So this is when he went and won the Hunger Games.
Dude, and that's the problem with this movie.
Did you
we know he wins. We know he wins.
Now,
who cares?
Now, we always talked about the ROI on horror films.
On horror.
So Violent Night 2 comes out on December 4th. Violent Night 1 came out December of 2025.
Made bank. I heard good things. I haven't seen it, but I've heard mostly good things about that.
And this has Hopper in it. So
yep, it has Hopper in it for sure. If you guys are fans of Cody Leach's horror movie review channel, go check his review out for sure. That's a banger channel, by the way. If I haven't recommended it to you personally, King, that's a good one. Cody Leach. I think you'd like him. He's got kind of like a your disposition. He tries to find some optimistic take on things, but he'll call a spade and some bullshit. He will.
Yeah.
Solid channel.
And then we have the third installment of Jumanji, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and Jet Black.
I haven't seen the first two. I've heard both of them are pretty good and kids like them. So my kid wants to see it, I'll take them. You skipped over Disney's Hexed.
Yes, I did skip over that.
Can you break that one down? Yeah, that's all right. It looks interesting.
It's supposed to be the new installment of Disney. There's no known notes on this one.
Oh, they literally just have a title and an image. That's it.
That's it, and a set date of the. I skipped it on my notes here. That's why I skipped it. Yeah, November 25th.
It's some wizard shit, right? It's Hexed, wizards, witches, something.
Comes out on Thanksgiving, so it hits that Thanksgiving Day holiday movie.
The first holiday movie of the season. Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. Cool. All right then.
And then there's the big day, Happy Doomsday, with
in the same day.
On the same day, Avengers Doomsday and Dune Messiah comes out on December 18th. Happy Doomsday.
Dude, here's what I know, right? I'm now willing to accept the fact that every bad rumor we heard about Doomsday is true. Because why on earth would you punt to go up against Dune, even if it's not a perfect crossover of an audience that's going to take away from people going to see your shit on day one? Why would you do that?
Because Dune announced after they took the December 18th spot.
Oh, they did. Oh, dude, that's ballsy on their part then. That means they're so convinced that Dune 3 is good that they're willing to go ahead and take that shot at the champ.
Yeah.
Respect to Dune. I didn't think it had that kind of crossover appeal. I don't even remember how well Dune 2 did. I don't think it performed as well as part 1, did it? It did all right. I don't think
it did all right. I don't think it beat part 1, but I think part 2 was better than part 1, except that part 1 had more action beats in it, even though it was a montage.
100%. Dude, honestly, I don't remember. I don't think I could tell the two apart, but you're a much bigger Dune fan than I am. 100%.
Yeah, so the first one was pretty much the attack on the Atreides family, the killing of Leo Atreides, and him becoming part of the Fremen. And then part 2, they're attacking the Harkonnens.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and they were dug into the sand.
Tape says which one moves. Yeah, dude, they're got to be locked in by. Oh no, I guess you're not locked in. It's a year away.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that one of them is going to move their date.
But dude, you move it a week up and you go against fucking Jumanji. That's what you do. Like if I'm Dune and I get skeptical, you go a week up, and the grown-ups go to see Dune and you drop the kids at Jumanji, right? Like that's got to be the play. Dude, if Marvel moves up a week, they're tacitly admitting this movie ain't shit. Tacitly admitting it.
And Disney never moves off their dates unless it's a production thing.
Right. That's what I mean. Like literally we had to close for COVID kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Dune 3 is the only movie I will go see in the theater. And you know, and that kind of ties back to a discussion, King, I had like a week, I think while you were on vacation, Pape, where the experience of going now needs to almost transcend the movie that we're watching, where if I'm justifying the cost to step out, it's because the thing I want to see needs to be a giant fucking spectacle on screen with state-of-the-art sound around me. Like I can't get excited anymore for Fast and Furious 12. Doomsday I don't care about. Even Doomsday could be a perfect film. The fact that we've gone 3 phases now to get to this point with nothing I've enjoyed that's directly related to this movie means I don't care. Like I could honestly wait and watch this on streaming in 45 days if it wasn't going to be one of the biggest movies of the year.
Now, I did watch the new teaser trailer, the one with Cyclops, and that teaser trailer hits pretty good.
Does he do the visor rip and the...
Yeah, and then the super eyes. Yeah. And what everyone believes happened is that's when Doom takes Nathan from him.
Oh, yes. You can't do that. you can't do that.
He's collecting kids like Infinity Stones. I told you.
Dude, then if that's the case, is it possible that RDJ plays the dual role and comes to rescue his daughter, grown though she may be? Or is this only little kids?
I think it might be just little kids, but not actually. No, I take that back because there are rumors coming out that who we think Sadie Sink is in Brand New Day isn't who everyone thinks she is.
Jean Grey.
No.
Mark it down.
Try Rachel Summers.
Jean Grey. Mark it down.
I'm going Rachel Summers.
Lunch bet.
Okay. Pizza bet.
Got it. Lock it in. Pizza bet. Yeah, lock it in. Cool. Dude, I'm good either way. I thought that the initial announcement of who she was playing, or the initial rumor of who she was playing, was kind of dumb.
Which was Mayday Parker.
Dude, don't care. Honestly, don't care. Either of the two choices we just put out there, infinitely more interesting to me. But yeah, dude, if I could get an RDJ, I mean, being like Tony Stark, like 616, however they make that work, like, I don't care. It could be the biggest piece of fan service of all time. If you've got Chris Evans back in the role, that, like, you just had me cut that short video that you're working on for me. If he's that guy, and they have Thor coming back, and he's that guy again, he's not fat joke Thor anymore. He's like grizzled warrior, protective Papa Thor. You know what I mean? And you've got Cyclops pulling off the fucking visor and blasting shit out of rage. Give me Tony Stark coming back. The same Tony Stark that in Iron Man 2, when Spider-Man hit him with the, if you really cared, you'd be here, and he stepped out of the suit.
Yeah.
Bring me that guy. That's the guy that needs to deal Doom. It ain't Mr. Fantastic. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Go ahead and put that comment back up, please.
Sorry, I missed him.
Yeah, Doom is looking like the Rise of Skywalker. Yep. The problem, the reason why I agree it's different in this one is because the Rise of Skywalker was a left turn they had to take after The Last Jedi. So they had to do something like that where they brought in the kitchen sink. Doom is pretty much going forward like this on purpose. So I would say it'll be a little bit different because it's not a 911. I need to turn left now. I don't care if there's a lake in the way.
I think that's fair. My stick in the mud on that would be, it seems like they're throwing everything. They are throwing in the kitchen sink, but it is on purpose because they do have to course correct those two phases. It's not this abrupt hodgepodge of 50 different ideas that was the Rise of Skywalker to undo. Nothing about Doomsday is going to undo phase 4 and 5. It's just going to be the culmination of those things. The Rise of Skywalker was legit, like, throwing the lightsaber was a stupid ass move, and we know it. You know what I mean? That was fucking dumb.
And then, like,
we never should have done
that. Force handing off between two people.
What do we call that when that came out? We call it like a Force Amazon Prime or some shit. Like that was the thing we said. It's like same day delivery. Now you too can have a Prime dyad. Why matters not. It's that they're doing it. Dude, fair. He's fair point. But again, if the strategy here is they know behind closed doors that this shit's cooked, and King has been right for like the last year and a half, that Doomsday is just going to do some Doomsday shit. It's going to set up Secret Wars, and then it's over, and then it's a rest in 2 years, 3 years, and then a restart.
The lot that I am seeing based on him collecting these kids is that he's trying to build his own Dark Avengers team of the superheroes that he's going to take off and he's taking them from different, I'm thinking different worlds too, and bringing them and building Battle World, and they're all going to have to team up, but it's going to cause a fight and a rift between
the X-Men and the Avengers.
And you're going to have Avengers versus X-Men in this Doomsday movie. That's why I believe Sadie Sink is Rachel Summers. So that's who that fight is over.
Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, that makes perfect sense. That does make perfect sense. Huh? Good call.
Yeah.
You know, like my hype for Doomsday could increase. Like if we did, because this is all it takes for me. If I get one good Reddit rumor from somebody that's been right on something before, and they go, "Dude, the first 10 minutes is an endgame like battle that kills 35 of the cameos that were in that line of director's chairs from that teaser bullshit last year," I'm instantly hyped. Instantly. Because now I'm like, oh snap, this does sound like something of a course correction or the literal end of an era that should never have been. Endgame was the end of an era that was earned. The movie was moderate. The last battle was fucking epic as hell, right? We had 2 years of 2 cycles of shit. If this is if this is the Infinity War that sets up Endgame / Secret War coming forward, kill off a bunch of these scrubs now.
And they did confirm this is the end. They said it again. This is the end of the multiverse saga. There is no more multiverse after this.
God.
It will just be one solidified 616.
Dude, I never want to hear about that again. I never want to hear about the time variant authority or the TVA or whatever it's called.
Yeah, TVA.
Don't care. I don't care if it's in the books. That's the other thing, guys. If you're comic fans in 2025, I don't care if you tell me it's comic accurate. Your comics suck. The ones King Z references when he's talking about Battle World and X-Men versus Avengers, they don't suck. They don't. You know how I know that? They sold 400,000 copies a piece. Yours don't. Yours don't. They won't. They never will. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Rock on, dude. Well, there's a lot of filler in the year, dude. I'm not too terribly hyped overall here. What's your hype level for this year? I don't feel like it was as good as last year.
I think this is only an initial release. Like a lot of movies that I'm seeing in shorts and stuff like that who don't have release dates, I think that will fill in the year. And there's going to be a lot of hidden surprises, I think, coming this year.
We had a bunch of them this year.
Out of these blockbusters here, I'm pretty much Odyssey. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm looking forward, of course, to Spider-Man and Doomsday. I think a couple of these horror ones, like This Is Not a Test, could be a really good one, as well as what was that other one I put up there on the first sheet? A second, was it Undertone?
Yeah, that was the one I marked that down on my side. I wanted to get some info on that for sure.
Yeah, and of course,
what was the other one? They Will Kill You was another one. I was like, that's.
Oh yeah, They Will Kill You, March 27th.
Yeah.
But then also, of course, Project Hail Mary, like that is.
Oh yeah,
that one's marked on the calendar. That's buying tickets early. That's that show.
Imagine a timeline. Speaking of timelines, imagine a timeline where we're both more stoked to see rando movie based on an Andy Weir book than we are a Marvel movie that caps off a phase.
That's true.
That's wild. That's dude. That's awesome though.
Yep. Also, to report that Starfighter's reshoots are complete. They had to fix a couple scenes. The stuff was out of focus.
You're talking about Ryan Gosling's Star Wars movie,
yes,
right?
And that
Jedi
is set to come out in 2027.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm down for that. I was never anti-Gosling in a non-Skywalker related Star Wars flick. You know.
All right. Cool. So let's run through the shows real quick. Just throw the graphic up.
Yeah.
These are the ones that are actually scheduled to come out, which we've talked about Wonder Man. We have Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Of course, we talked about Starfleet Academy. The one that strikes me is this one, The Beauty. It's a new sci-fi series that comes out on FX.
Okay. Oh, Monarch. Oh, Legacy of Monsters has a season 2. You must be excited for that one. That's gotta be
that one looks good because I did like the first season.
Yeah. I never saw that one.
Of course, Daredevil Born Again season 2 comes out March 4th. Same. And I don't know if this is a movie or a series, but I only found it on the Netflix. Is the Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
So the Peaky Blinders movie's coming out.
Yeah.
And then I'm not really interested in this, but I know a lot of our viewers might be. Is The Boys season 5? This is the final season. Yeah. They've announced it. Season 5 is it for The Boys, and the final season begins on April 8th. Now
I've heard that show has been good for a hot minute, so I'm less than I don't care about that at all.
Going to the second one.
Oh, look at that. 97 got a season 2. Good for them, because that was probably the best animated thing they had on Disney Plus last year.
Robin Hood season 2 has not been greenlit. I looked that up today. It has not been greenlit but all the actors are hopeful, and a lot of these scouts are back out looking for stuff. So all the signs are pointing that they will greenlight season 2, but it hasn't been greenlit yet.
Bummer.
Now, these are all the ones that are in the 2026 category, which is X-Men 97, your friendly favorite, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man season 2, Vision Quest.
Good. Don't care.
Maul, the Shadow Lord, where he's trying to rebuild the Empire.
I can be down for that.
Star Wars Vision, which I think is also animated, based off of the Jedi, Star Wars Jedi.
Animated, and I think that's actually a season 2 or a 3, isn't it?
It's like a season 3. It's a spin-off. Yeah. It's actually a spin-off series of season 2.
Yep. Cool.
Then we have Ahsoka season 2, which doesn't have dates.
Your hypest thing of the year, no doubt.
But it says that it's still in development, and it might come out in late 2026. We have Strange New World season 4, which is also the final season of Strange New World.
Let me drop a number on you real quick. I heard earlier the viewership for season 3 numbers in the thousands, the single thousands, like 9999 or less.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we have the Invincible season 4.
Have you ever read or watched any of that?
No, I've seen clips on shorts and of course all the memes, but I've never actually.
They need a fraction to mimic our power. Like, that's Omni-Man, some hot shit. Dude, I have the compendium. When I have an extra $60 to mail it down to you, I'll put it in the mail for you, because it's actually not a bad read. I've kind of enjoyed Compendium 1. I'm late to the party, but it's not bad. Not bad.
And then, of course, the Lantern series is also scheduled to come out in 2026.
I need a date on that one big time.
Yeah, and that will be on HBO Max.
And as we know, HBO Max cooks that Sunday night time frame. Yeah. So if we get a date on that, and the first one happens to be out on, November 5th at 9 p.m., that's what's up.
These are the 3 that I'm really hyped for. Neuromancer's finally getting a series release with no set date, but the series is complete and ready for release.
Heard that the other day.
Dune Prophecy season 2.
Nice.
Is supposed to come out this year, but there is no set dates. And Spider Noir with Nicolas Cage voicing Spider-Man.
I'm ready for that. I'm surprised it's taken them this long to get something together with that, considering they first put that character in Spider-Verse, like 8 years ago, 9 years ago, whenever that came
Into
out.
the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I mean, the character's been around for a while, but like the popularity skyrocketed during his own book. Like after that, yeah.
And that was another thing I was very disappointed with when I was going through all these lists and doing this research. Was I did not see anything on Spider-Man. Was it across the
Spider-Verse? No, wait,
across the Spider-Verse.
Isn't it into out?
Across and out or something?
The second one's across. I don't remember what the third one is. Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's it. There you go. I didn't see anything on that at all.
Dude, I hope that doesn't mean it's shelved indefinitely, because that would slay me because of the cliffhanger ending of part 2.
Yeah, but it has, I think because it has such a unique animation style, it takes longer than a normal animated film.
It might. I don't claim to know too much about the production side, but come on, let's wrap this up, guys. Wrap it up so we can get Miles into live action. We all know you want to do it.
Which Lucas, that's actor who plays Lucas, is slated to have a audition to be the Miles Morales of the MCU.
That's been out there for. But dude, if this takes 3, 4, 5 more years, he's too old legitimately to do it, for the same reason he aged out of the Stranger Things role.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be a high school kid, just like Peter Parker was when he got the power.
A high schooler, right? He's not 25. So
yeah, he doesn't have 3 kids. Yeah,
he's not married to MJ. No, he's let's get this done. I'll throw in real quick. Dresden Files book comes out January the 20th. Got to pick that up. And for you gaming aficionados, I'm sure you're all aware, Grand Theft Auto has a game coming out this year. Most of you guys are probably hyped for that.
I thought that was announced on the 1st. I got punted to 2027 already.
No, didn't it get punted to the end of this year? Did it get punted again? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it comes out this year.
it's been punted
Yes.
7 times.
That is that's the one we're referring to, Pape. That's correct.
Stranger Things has come and gone before we got a new Grand Theft
GTA
Auto
6.
game.
That's right. You're not wrong. Dude, all of our favorite franchises have fallen before we got GTA 6.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy, dude. But
I think
it's
we
gonna
will
be an
see the
interesting year.
Browns win the Super Bowl before we see GTA,
before GTA 6. Dude, 10 years, $1 billion in development. Dude, the only game that's as expensive or more expensive to develop than that has been Star Citizen, also scheduled to come out this year.
No,
Let's
it's
see if
been
that happens.
out. It's already out.
It's in early access. It's not 1.0.
It's been
Like,
in
it's-
early access for like 7 years.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But it's and they've collected $1 billion in revenue, but it's still not 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant to check that game out, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, there's ships you can buy for $2,500 cash," and I'm like, "No, there's not."
Speaking of that, if you guys play, what was the one that I was hyped for, but I was upset that it wasn't multiplayer? The one where you got to build like your own planet and stuff like
Starfield.
that. Starfield.
Starfield,
has a 100 gigabyte mod that turns it into Star Wars Genesis.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, there you go. You could probably get Starfield on Steam for like $30, dude. That might be the play. The GTA San Andreas was last year. You've missed out. You've missed out on some bangers, but there's been a lot of garbage since then. For sure.
Yeah. The
Dude,
online game was like completely disappointing, I heard.
Dude, I don't know. That's still 4 or 5. That's still being played. That still has quite the following on Twitch. For sure.
All right, let's close things out.
Yo, let's wrap it up. Kennedy might be leaving Lucasfilms. Okay, there you go. Anyway, it's been great having you guys back.
Yeah,
Dude, I don't care about that.
the Kennedy article has come out for the 3rd year in a row.
Right.
It's like signing a new the same executive order over and over again. You have to renew it.
The only interesting thing about that is they're gonna put in charge of the company the same setup that the DCU went with. There's gonna be a creative guy that's gonna be Filoni, and an executive boss, Lewin Brennan, who's been at Lucasfilms for like a decade anyway.
Who's
So there's
gonna
just gonna be
handle
2
all
of them.
the other stuff?
Who cares? So she's been there for 10 years, and Kathleen Kennedy's only been a figurehead of douchebaggery. Nothing's changing here. Like, that's it. It doesn't matter. Like, this literally does not matter in the slightest.
We won't have to worry about them putting a chicken in it anymore.
Unless Lewin Brennan took all our marching orders from Kathleen Kennedy to begin with, and you got what you got. Put a chicken in it, make her gay and lame. Yeah, they're probably doing that. Dude, that's the only thing that could torpedo Starfighter. Like, Ryan Gosling shows up. He's like Maverick. He's a hotshot pilot, but his instructor's better than he is. She's a chick, 100%. Buckle up. I hope not. I kind of want to see that. But anyways, dude, it's been great having you guys all back. Happy New Year from everybody at Winter Wolfstand to you guys. Warden Prime, Pape, Hazan. Who you got with the zinger? That's what's up. Did the thing. Yeah, dude, looking forward to
poll results. Poll results.
Let's do it. Erica
All
wins.
right. So the poll that was put out in the chat was the most obnoxious character in Stranger Things. And winning with 38% of the vote is Jonathan Byers.
Wow. I shouldn't be surprised. You do hate him.
Coming in number 2 was Ted Wheeler.
Really?
Yeah,
Am I
Ted.
the only one that doesn't like Erica?
Erica comes in number 3 with 24% of the vote. Ted beat her out by 1%.
Okay.
And then number 8, Callie, got 13% of the vote coming in last.
And that's because most of our audience probably doesn't remember who that is. And was like, I don't know who that fucking is. I picked Ted because he just sounds like a dink. He's a great dad. He's a great 80s dad. Pape, we're going to have to get you in the show, get a collage of Ted Wheelerisms.
There is a video on YouTube that says the best Ted Wheeler moments.
Yep. The perfect 80s dad. They did him dirty.
Yeah.
All right, King, why don't you thank everybody and do your thing and let's get out of here.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2026. 2026 is going to be a hell of a ride for us as we continue to grow. Going into this year, we had 657 subscribers. Let's get us to 1,000. Let's get those 10 members. Get those 5 members to 10 members. Remember, I still got the gift to send out. And on top of that, I want to thank each and every one of you who stuck with us through 2025 and how we grew our community. Please let us know if you see any movies that you know that are coming out that we don't. Leave us a comment so we can pick it up and put it on our maybe to watch list. Just we're not watching all I'm just telling you that now. But we're going to watch a good portion of them as well as those shows. You can always find our reviews here. And I think that wraps me up for the night. So bye, people.